In a world where deception can wear the guise of friendship and manipulation hides behind a smile, navigating human relationships requires more than just intuition. It demands wisdom, discernment, and an understanding of the subtle forces at play. Imagine for a moment the peace that could come from knowing exactly who you can trust and who to keep at arm's length. Today, we explore 9 types of people you must not trust, guided by the ancient wisdom of the Stoics and the spiritual teachings that empower you to protect your inner peace. Let's start by examining the first type of person you must be wary of, the manipulative friend. This individual is often the one who seems to know you better than anyone else. They listen intently, nodding at all the right moments, and their smiles feel like they were crafted just for you. But as time goes on, a disturbing pattern begins to emerge. You start to notice that their understanding isn't coming from a place of genuine care, but rather from a strategic intent. They are like chess players, meticulously planning each move not to support you, but to advance their own position. In those vulnerable moments when you open up to them, they aren't just listening, they are collecting information, storing it away like ammunition. This isn't for your benefit, but for theirs. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, taught us to observe not just what our friends say, but what they do. Actions, after all, reveal the true nature of intentions. So, when you encounter such a friend, it's crucial to set clear boundaries. Share selectively and protect your emotional space. Not everyone deserves to know your inner thoughts, and certainly not someone who views your relationship as a means to their own ends. Now, let's talk about the constant critic. You might recognize this person. They are the ones who always seem to find fault in everything you do. Every idea you propose, every project you undertake, is met with relentless criticism. But it's not the kind of feedback that helps you grow, it's the kind that chips away at your confidence and self-esteem. They claim to be just being honest or helping you improve, but there's a fine line between helpful criticism and discouraging nitpicking. The Stoic philosophy, particularly through the words of Marcus Aurelius, reminds us to reject our sense of injury, and the injury itself will disappear. This powerful teaching encourages us to not internalize the harsh words of others. Instead, consider the source of the criticism. Does it come from a place of care, or is it a reflection of their own insecurities? Construct boundaries to protect your mental space and focus on your growth, not their discouraging words. Moving on, let's discuss the superficially friendly. They are the life of every party, the ones with the widest smiles and the easiest charm. But dig a little deeper, and you'll find that their warmth is only skin deep. These individuals move from one group to another, never settling long enough to form deep, meaningful connections. When life gets tough, you'll find that their presence is as fleeting as their commitment. Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of quality over quantity in relationships. He taught that it's far better to have a few close, reliable friends than to be surrounded by a sea of acquaintances. So, when you recognize the superficially friendly in your life, enjoy their company for what it is, lighthearted and fun, but reserve your emotional energy for those who have proven themselves to be there for you in both the sunshine and the storm. Next, we encounter the inattentive listener. We've all been there, you're talking, but you can tell that the person you're speaking to isn't really with you. They might nod and say at the right moments, but their mind is clearly elsewhere. This lack of attention can be incredibly frustrating, especially when you're trying to share something meaningful. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, practiced present-mindedness. For them, listening attentively was not just a courtesy, it was a duty. It's about respecting the person who is speaking to you, recognizing that every human interaction holds value. If you find yourself frequently on the receiving end of an inattentive listener, it might be time to reassess the value this person adds to your life. Surround yourself with people who listen, who care, and who engage with you fully. Then there's the empathy-lacking individual. This person is often blind to the emotional needs of others, navigating through life focused solely on their own goals. Conversations with them can feel one-sided, with their problems and achievements taking center stage, while yours are dismissed or outright ignored. This isn't just a lack of emotional intelligence, it's a fundamental disconnect from the human experience. Epictetus, another Stoic sage, emphasized the importance of empathy in human ethics. He taught that we should listen and respond to others with kindness, recognizing that we are all part of a larger community. However, it's crucial to set boundaries with those who consistently fail to reciprocate empathy. You can model empathetic behavior, but also recognize when to step back and protect your emotional well-being. Now, let's talk about the constant irritator. This person seems to have mastered the art of getting under your skin. Whether through subtle digs, backhanded compliments, or slight provocations, they engage in a sort of emotional chess game, aiming to unsettle you. It's as if their goal is to knock you off balance, for their own amusement or advantage. Here, the teachings of Marcus Aurelius are particularly powerful. He reminds us that external events and people's actions don't upset us, it's our judgments about them that do. By deciding that the constant irritator's actions will not dictate your emotional state, you reclaim your power. Practice Stoic detachment, acknowledge their attempts to irritate you, but choose not to let them succeed. This way, you maintain your inner peace, regardless of their provocations. Finally, we come to the eternal victim. This person seems to live in a perpetual state of crisis. No matter the day or the circumstance, something is always going wrong for them. But what makes this particularly challenging is their apparent unwillingness to change their situation. They seem to thrive on the attention their woes attract, pulling others into their dramas without ever truly seeking resolution. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. When dealing with an eternal victim, it's important to recognize the limits of your influence, offer support, but don't allow their chaos to consume your peace. Encourage them to take action, but don't get swept up in their endless cycle of crises. Set boundaries to protect your well-being, and remember that while compassion is a virtue, it must not come at the cost of your own stability and happiness.